Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamunatiravanachari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamunatiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 19, the island of Jambudvip. Text 3. Om Namo Bhagavate Uttama Shlokaya Nama Arya Lakshana Shila Vrataya Nama Upasikshithatmana Upasita Lokaya Nama Sadhuvada Nikashanaya Namo Brahmanya Devaya Mahapurushaya Maharajaya Namayiti Om Namo Bhagavate Uttama Shlokaya Nama Arya Lakshana Shila Vrataya Nama Upasikshithatmana Upasita Lokaya Nama Sadhuvada Nikashanaya Namo Brahmanya Devaya Mahapurushaya Maharajaya Namayiti Om Namo Bhagavate Uttama Shlokaya Nama Arya Lakshana Shila Vrataya Nama Upasikshatmana Upasita Lokaya Nama Sadhuvada Nikashanaya Namo Brahmanya Devaya Mahapurushaya Maharajaya Namaiti ठीक है फाइन क्यों हनुमान जी चैंट किए थे ठीक है ओम ओ माय लॉर्ड नमः my respectful obeisances Bhagavate unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead Uttama Shlokaya who is always worshipped with selected verses Namaha my respectful obeisances Arya Lakshana Shila Vrataya who possesses all the good qualities of advanced personalities. Namaha, my respectful obeisances. Upasikshita Atmane, unto you whose senses are under control. Upasita Lokaya, who is always remembered and worshipped by all the different classes of living entities. Namaha, my respectful obeisances. Sadhuvada Nikashanaya, to the Lord who is like a stone, for examining all the good qualities of a sadhu. Namaha, my respectful obeisances. Brahmanya Devaya, who is worshipped by the most qualified Brahmanas. Mahapurushaya, unto the Lord, unto the Supreme Lord, who is worshipped by the Purusha Shukta because of being the cause of this material creation. Maharajaya, unto the Supreme King, or the King of all kings. Namaha, my respectful obeisances. Iti, thus. Translation. Let me please your Lordship by chanting the Bija Mantra Omkara. I wish to offer my respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead, who is the best among the most highly elevated personalities. Your Lordship is the reservoir of all good qualities of Aryans, people who are advanced. Though your character and behavior are always consistent and you always control your senses and mind. Acting just like an ordinary human being, you exhibit exemplary character to teach others how to behave. There is a touchstone that can be used to examine the good quality of gold, but you are like a touchstone that can verify all good qualities. You are worshipped by Brahmanas, who are the foremost of all devotees. You, the Supreme Person, the King of Kings, and therefore I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Text 4. यत्तद्विशुद्धानुभवमात्रमेकं स्वतेजसा त्वस्तगुणव्यवस्थं प्रत्यक्प्रशान्तं सुधियोपलम्बनं ह्यनात्मरूपं निरहं प्रपद्ये. The Lord, whose pure form, Sachidananda Vigraha, is uncontaminated by the modes of material nature, can be perceived by pure consciousness. In the Vedanta, he is described as being one without a second because of his spiritual potency. He is untouched by the contamination of material nature, and because he is not subject to material vision, he is known as transcendental. He has no material qualities, nor has he a material form or name. Only in pure consciousness, Krishna consciousness, can one perceive the transcendental form of the Lord. Let us be firmly fixed at the lotus feet of Lord Ramachandra, and let us offer our respectful obeisances unto those transcendental feet. Purport. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna appears in various expansions as stated in Brahma Samhita 539. Ramadi Murtishu Kala Niyamena Tishtan Nanavataram Akarod Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Paramapumanyo Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead Govinda, who is always situated in various incarnations such as Rama, Nrsimha, and many sub incarnations as well. But who is the original personality of Godhead known as Krishna, and who incarnates personally also. Krishna, whose Vishnu Tattva has expanded himself in many Vishnu forms, of which Lord Ramachandra is one. We know that Vishnu Tattva is carried by the transcendental bird Garuda and is equipped with different weapons, different types of weapons in four hands. Therefore, we may doubt whether Lord Ramachandra could be in the same category, since he was carried by Hanuman, not by Garuda, and had neither four hands nor Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. Consequently, this verse clarifies that Lord Ramachandra is as good as Krishna, Ramadimurti Shukala. Although Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, Ramachandra is non different from him. Ramachandra is unaffected by the modes of material nature, and therefore he is Prashanta, never disturbed by those modes. Unless one is saturated with love for Supreme Personality of Godhead, one cannot appreciate the transcendental value of Lord Ramachandra. One cannot see him with material eyes because demons like Ravana have no spiritual vision. They consider Lord Ramachandra an ordinary Kshatriya king. Ravana therefore attempted to kidnap Lord Ramachandra's eternal consort Sita Devi. Actually, however, Ravana could not carry off Sita Devi in her original form. As soon as she was touched by Ravana's hand, she gave him a material form, but she maintained her original form beyond his vision. Therefore, in this verse, the word Pratyak Prashantam indicates that Lord Ramachandra and his potency, the goddess Sita, keep themselves aloof from the influence of the material energy. In the Upanishad, it is said, Him evaisha vrinute tena labhya, Katha Upanishad. The Supreme Lord, Paramatma, the personality of Godhead, can be seen or perceived only by persons who are saturated with devotional service. As stated in Brahma Samhita 538, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship the primeval Lord Govinda, who is always seen by the devotees, whose eyes are anointed with the pulp of love. He is seen in his eternal form of Shama Sundara, situated within the heart of the devotee. Similarly, in the Chandogya Upanishad, it is stated, Etas Trisho Devata Anena Jivena. In this verse of the Chandogya Upanishad, the word Anena is used to distinguish the Atma and Paramatma as two separate entities. The word Trisho Devata indicate that the body of the living entity is made of three material elements: fire, earth, and water. Although the Paramatma enters the heart of the Jivatma, who is influenced by and designated by a material body, the Paramatma has nothing to do with the Jivatma's body because the Paramatma has no material connections. He is described here as Anamarupam Niraham. The Paramatma has no material identity, whereas the Jivatma does. The Jivatma may introduce himself as an Indian, American, German, and so on, but the Paramatma has no such material designations, and therefore he has no material name. The Jivatma is different from his name, but the Paramatma is not. His name and he himself are one and the same. There is This is the meaning of Niraham, which means without material designations. The word cannot possibly be twisted to mean that the Paramatma has no ahankara or I-ness or identity. He has his transcendental identity as the Supreme. This is the explanation given by Srila Jiva Goswami. According to another interpretation given by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Niraham means Nirnishchayena Aham. Niraham does not mean that the Supreme Lord has no identity. Rather, the stress given by the word Aham proves strongly that he does have his personal identity, because Nir not only means negative but also means strong ascertainment. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So I wanted to speak on the fourth verse, which has purport, but the third verse also has some important words, so which which we can discuss a little bit, and then after that we can go there. So this the Lord is glorified as Uttama Shloka. So this we often see. The Lord is glorified with the best of the things. So people when they tell that why in the young age you have to dedicate your life, the best of the age is young age, and that should be given to Krishna. So people like generally, like many times people say that we are getting rid of some things in our home, so maybe you can use it in the temple. So it is not like that. No, it should be opposite actually. No, Lord wears a nice garland and it should be taken as prasad, and some article that has been used in the service of the Lord, that should be accepted as prasad and that should be cherished for the life. So that is the proper way of what is that offering things to the Lord. The best of all things should be offered to the Lord, and whatever remains, whatever the remnants should be accepted as prasad. So if that is there, so then such a devotee is practicing pure devotional service. But if first and foremost is what is needed for me should be taken, and what remains, no, I will give it to the Lord. That means it is devotional service, but it is not pure devotional service. So pure devotional service means anything best. No, first it is to be offered to the Lord, and then one may take whatever is coming as prasad. So it is it is true for everything. It is true for one's own earning. It's true for in the house where to keep the altar. So, like, I just generally tell that pure devotional service means master bedroom se acha hona chahiye altar. So then it is like no pure devotional service. So घर के अंदर आने के बाद like people should understand who is the master. You know, if they can understand, okay, here is the master, then that means it's pure devotional service. तो भगवान के कॉर्नर में रखा, मतलब ठीक है डिवोशनल सर्विस चल रहा है, अच्छा है. So in this way we see that the best of things, not just in one aspect, in all aspects, no one has to have the best of the things, for the Lord. So that is, one nice thing that I found. So Uttama Shloka. So whenever, you all also, whenever you are giving class, whenever Uttama Shloka comes, like try to explain about this. Ki whatever best, in shlokas also, the words also, whatever best is there, that is offered to the Lord. And so in case if you are addressing congregation, at least best of your life still, your energetic time is still there. Before it gets over, at least offer a little bit of that to the Lord. So it is and best of all things should be offered to the Lord. So that's nice, this one. And here I offer my respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead, who is best among the most highly elevated personalities. Your Lordship is the reservoir of all good qualities of Aryans, people who are advanced. So the, what is that shloka which talks about the source of all good qualities of a devotee, is from Yashyasti Bhaktir Bhagavati Akinchana Sarvair Gunes Tatra Samasate Sura. Harava Bhaktasya Kuto Mahatmana. So, like here we see that all good qualities, of the demigods, demigods are primarily in the mode of goodness. So naturally, the qualities of mode of goodness automatically appears, and even more, the devotional qualities also automatically appears. And Aryans means people who know the shishtachar, people who know the culture and the suchi practices and things like that. So that are quite natural for them. So they are called Aryans. And so Lord is the reservoir of all good qualities. So like whatever good qualities that we can see in the highly advanced people. So Lord is the sum total of all those things. And every day morning, we sing Samsara Dava. So in that also we say Gunarnavasya. What is the meaning? Gunarnavasya? Ocean of good qualities. So ocean of transcendental qualities. So the Lord's name is Gunarnava. So like he's the ocean of all transcendental qualities. And the character and behavior are always consistent. So the Lord's character and behavior is always consistent. And so Lord, in fact, uh, the Lord was very, very meticulous in, especially, some time back I heard, regarding glories of Lord Ramachandra. So in that it is mentioned that when they went to Lanka to fight the battle, so there is the opponent is a demon, and then he is using all sorts of what is that? Breaking the rules and regulations and then trying to attack in any form, in any way. And Lord Ramachandra, this side, he doesn't want to break any rules. So he is just following, all the Kshatriya Dharma and the like codes of war and things like that. So, and many times it is, quite a challenging situation, but still, always the rules, like Lord is like very, very exemplary in following the rules and regulations, and he actually teaches. So in fact, one point that came, that Lord incarnates to reduce the burden of the world. And how does he reduce the burden of the world? By establishing dharma. So like what is the heaviness on the world? Heaviness is the amount of sins that is there. That is what actually causes heaviness. And by following dharma, so one actually reduces the sinful burden on the earthly planet. So the Lord establishes dharma, and that is the way he actually reduces the burden of the world. And so those people who are willing to follow dharma, they are what is that? They have been protected, and they are given protection by the way. Okay, this when we were doing that Govardhan Puja ka class, so that time Govardhan festival ka class. So that time this question came. Prabhupada themselves write in the Krishna book actually. So Lord has two functions, paritranaya sadhunam and vinashaya chatushkritam. And this is done for the purpose of establishing dharma. So dharma samsthapanarthaya. So then the question comes is whether Indra falls under which category? Paritranaya sadhunam or vinashaya chatushkritam? Indra falls under which category? Huh? परित्राणाय साधना तो बट उसको तो मार पड़ रहा है ना.
That is a way of protecting.
Yeah, that is a way of protecting. Protecting means to bring us back to dharma. So like those people who are nicely following dharma, Lord nourishes them and things like that. And those people who have signed up for following dharma but then deviating, usko maar ke fir line pe leke aate hain. And then those people who are telling when nahi follow karunga, theek hai mar jao. So the demons like who doesn't want to follow dharma at all. So then for them the Lord actually kills them. So in this way, like Lord protects the devotees, by inspiring them to follow dharma, and then Lord kills, or Lord destroys the people who are, against the dharma. So in this way, He establishes the dharma, and when dharma is established, automatically the burden of the world is reduced. So, like His character and behavior are consistent, and you always control your senses and mind. So Lord's mind and senses are fully controlled. It is always engaged in His service only. So like controlled senses means what? Sense control means like not engage in sense gratification, but engage it in Krishna's service. And Krishna's senses are always no self-control because it engages only in His service. Why it engages only in His service? Because nobody else exists apart from Him. so there is nothing exists apart from Krishna, right? So in that way, like there is no choice. Krishna has to engage in. Krishna's senses has to engage in His service only. So then, acting just like an ordinary human being, you exhibit exemplary character to teach others how to behave. Okay, if nobody else exists apart from Krishna, how can we possibly engage in anybody else's service? तो कोई और है ही नहीं. That is also external energy of the Lord. So of the Lord only. It is nothing like separate from Him. See, like, if one time, our spiritual master had come to Bangalore, and then everybody were so much eager to take care of the spiritual master, and the servants were not taken care of. So then, spiritual master became angry, saying that, what is this? No, care means like only care for me. Like, no, my servants are necessary for me to come and cook and take care of me and things like that. They were left in the airport only. So, usko leke nahi aaya. So then, it is, see, to serve a personality means to serve his energies also, right? So in that way, like serving material energy is not a problem. Correct. Who can you possibly serve? Only a person who exists, and only person that exists is Krishna. So who can you possibly serve? So then where is the problem? Problem is nahi.
There is no service mode, no? It's all about sense gratification.
Why though? Like sense gratification is what? Is serving somebody else apart from Krishna, but nobody else exists apart from Krishna. So morning, Srila Prabhupada was giving a very nice class on renunciation. So he was telling that if you stand in front of the Bank of America and then you say, I renounce it, no, तो लोग पूछेंगे कि ये पागल है, ये कभी उसको belong ही नहीं करता, तो renounce करते. And then if somebody says like, no, I want to enjoy it, no, so then he'll be called thief. And if somebody says, I want to renounce it, then he'll call mad person. So you can neither renounce, you can neither like enjoy, no. So it's property of Krishna. So now, then what is renunciation? Then Prabhupada told, renunciation means to give up the dog mentality that this treat belongs to me. No, why this street belongs to me? Because मैं ये गली में घुस गया तो ये मेरा गली है. So it just goes and urinates and creates a boundary, and then अंदर बैठ जाएगा. कोई भी आया तो like भोकेगा. You know, ये मेरे टेरिटरी के अंदर कौन आया? अरे कब बना है भाई तुम्हारा टेरिटरी? So in this way we see that like we falsely identify, no, this is mine. No, so we ourselves doesn't exist. No, we ourselves exist as a dependent entity to the Lord and not an independent entity, right? And renunciation or this material, this one means to imagine somebody else apart from Krishna exists, no, and then that person has to be served, no. And specifically, like, no, we imagine that we exist independent from Krishna, and no, we need to be taken care of, we need to be served, and things like that. So now, without Krishna consciousness, if somebody accepts, no, something for himself, so then it becomes, no, sense gratification. But with Krishna consciousness, understanding that I am part and parcel of the Lord, and this instrument is to be used in service of the Lord, and it should be maintained. So when we do like that, so such kind of a maintenance, though it is senses and sense objects coming together, it is considered to be devotional service. No, accepting of prasadam is considered to be devotional service, and if it is, the body is no sufficiently maintained. No, sometimes devotee has this one, like, no, extreme levels of renunciation, means false renunciation. So like no, so we'll do devotional service, we'll not take care of this body, because why? This body is me and I should not be served, and Lord should be served. So like wrong ho gaya, like this body is not me, like this body belongs to Krishna, and that also should be taken care. No, just like no, sometimes we treat our ego, no, like, no, we need to do devotional service, we'll do all service, but will not clean the vehicle. मतलब क्योंकि वो सर्विस नहीं है. You know? So but this is also almost like, you know, picking up the spiritual master and leaving the servants in the airport. You know? So no, we should see that, you know, all of these things should be taken and seen as, you know, property of Krishna, and it should be taken care of. And we should not think that somebody else exists apart from Krishna. Everything that exists is Krishna and his energies, and it should be taken care of as it behooves. No, like etarham yunjate. No, so like as it behooves, it should be taken care of. And then so Lord is compared to a touchstone, you know, which examines the quality of a gold. In the same way, like touchstone examines the quality of a gold, and Lord also, like, is a reference point, for verifying all the good qualities of the devotees. And one who is in connection with the Supreme Lord, automatically all the good qualities will manifest. And this is a very, little bit of ironical thing. You are worshipped by Brahmanas, who are the foremost of all devotees. We heard like opposite of this. Devotees are foremost of all the Brahmanas. So how is it to be understood? You are worshipped by Brahmanas, who are the foremost of all devotees. Brahmanas are devotees only, but then Vaishnava more than Brahmana, na? Brahmana means Brahmachanatiti Brahmana. He must be worshipping Lord. So it is why it is put reverse. Even amongst the devotees, those who have developed the Brahmanical qualities, they are considered to be no more higher, in this one. So they are best of all devotees. Means he would have naturally developed the qualities of a Brahmana. He would have naturally developed the qualities of Sama, Dama, Tapa, Saucham, and all those things. So he would have developed all those things. So amongst devotees also, those who are displaying the lakshanas of a Brahmana, so they are considered to be like more elevated in nature, So, and then you are the supreme person, the king of all kings, and therefore I offer my respectful obeisances. Okay, so, and the next sloka. The Lord, whose pure form, Sachidananda Vigraha, is uncontaminated by the modes of material nature. can be perceived by pure consciousness. In the Vedanta, he is described as one who's as being one without a second. No, there is no second entity that exists apart from him. Because of his spiritual potency, he is untouched by the contamination of material nature. And because he is not subjected to material vision, he is known as transcendental. He has no material activities, nor has he a material form or name. Only in pure consciousness, Krishna consciousness, can one perceive the transcendental form of the Lord. Let us be firmly fixed at the lotus feet of Lord Ramachandra, and let us offer our respectful obeisances unto those transcendental lotus feet. So you see, often this topic, no, it comes like many times. It comes like almost in every class or no every other shloka. No, this thing comes that Lord is not touched by the material nature. Lord is transcendental. His names are transcendental and things like that. And then every day we are made to recite 10 offenses, no, which is nothing but like the Lord and His name and His form and the scriptures that glorify Him and the Dham. No, all those things are transcendental. And even a devotee who is completely engaged in the service of the Lord is transcendental. And to consider them to be material is an offense. So why it has to be made to repeat every single day? We have to just engage in bhajan, na, to अच्छे से Hare Krishna कर सकते हैं. So why like again and again it is told? They go like, no, it is not material, it is not material, it is not material. Why so much of repetition is necessary? Forgetful living entity. Ah, okay. Anything else?
We have material experience, like whatever we see, we relate it to material things. So we have that tendency.
Yeah, so we are completely conditioned to see things in the material, this one. So whenever the Lord and Lord's paraphernalia and Lord's things comes into picture, so we think that also to be material, no? And then though we are told so many times, no, still that no consciousness is there, no, that it is material. But if you think that Lord is material, so then it is an offense. And with such a conception, when we render devotional service, that is aparada yukta bhajan. So then it will not produce result. So we have to somehow or other understand and remember that the Lord is transcendental, and with that conception, when we render devotional service, so then it produces effect. So it's very important subject. No, and because like our disease is that we see the Lord as material. So I always remember one devotee long back, he told, प्रभु जी लाइक मेरे साथ क्यों ऐसा हुआ नो मैंने भगवान को इतना सेवा किया भगवान क्यों ऐसा मेरा लाइफ में खेल लिए नो के नो मींस व्हाई डिड द लॉर्ड प्ले इन माय लाइफ लाइक दिस so that means what Lord is not grateful. He is not remembering the service that he has done to him and when like उसका धोखा दिया and things like that. तो इसके मतलब क्या है like he is within the three modes of nature. The whole proposition itself, the whole argument itself starts from that Lord is conditioned. वो भी like हमारा जैसा आदमी है, कभी कभी धोखा दे देता है, कभी कभी like he is not grateful and things like that. So this is a wrong understanding of the Lord, and this is very much deep rooted. It's very much deep rooted. So even if we are like reading this section and understanding this, discussing on this and things like that, whenever a practical thing happens, so immediately this material conception actually comes inside, and then we try to do things in a like a very external way. Like for example, like cooking for the Lord or offering for the Lord and things like that. So often we see that, or like it's quite rare that we understand that personality, very exalted personality is sitting there, and उनके लिए like if हमारा थाली भरेंगे तो like अच्छे से सब क्वांटिटी रखेंगे. So but Lord के लिए like ठीक है इसको थोड़ा कम कर लेंगे things like that. तो प्लेट में जगह नहीं है. So like the all other practicalities come into picture, but the idea, just like if you see parents, all of you have experience. Parents, when they feed you, know how they will feed you. So they will see that like ye le la beta, like ye acha hai, and things like that and all. So that kind of a mood and this one care. So are we able to extend towards the Lord? So because most of the time we think that like ठीक है, तो prasad chahiye to like no rakhna padega. And sometimes no, this is Supreme Lord is there, no, I have to offer. And no karte karte beech mein like bhul jate hain. And again it goes into mechanical this one. So we see that no, this is quite a very important thing. Now we have to be again and again and again reminded that here is a transcendental personality. It is not pictures, no, it is no sakshat, no Supreme Personality of Godhead is there, and it is not like no everything in that way. Like we should constantly remember that no how the Lord is transcendental. No, anything which is in connection with the Lord is transcendental, and he has no material activities, and nor has he a material form or name. Only in pure consciousness, Krishna consciousness, can one perceive the transcendental form of the Lord. So this will be elaborated in the purport. Let us be firmly fixed at the lotus feet of Lord Ramachandra, and let us offer our respectful obeisances unto those transcendental lotus feet. So pure devotees are like perfected pure devotees and the practitioners. So the difference is that like both of them are, if you ask them theoretically like what of Krishna consciousness, both of them will be able to answer correct, and both of them will score 100%. But kya dikh raha hai? No, that is what is the most important thing. So if we ask a sadhaka, so what practically you are able to see, so no, he'll be able to say like, no, I'm able to see only matter. So, but when you ask a perfected person, so what practically you are able to see, so he'll be able to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead in every aspect of the creation. So that's the difference, that actually is there. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna appears in various expansions. Rama Dimurti Shukala Niyamena Tishta. So Krishna expands himself into many, many Vishnu Tattvas. Unlimited incarnations are there. And Nana Avataram Akurod Bhuvaneshu Kintu. So, and we have another prayer that we offer, no? Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Ananta Rupam. So Lord has unlimited incarnations. And they are like Rama, Nrsimha, and many, many different incarnations are there. And they are called as like Amsha, Kala, and things like that. So based on how many qualities the Lord actually exhibit in those particular forms, he is categorized in different ways. And generally it's seen that the Supreme Lord is carried by, the Vishnu Tattva is carried by Garuda and then equipped with Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. So, but then Lord Ramachandra doesn't display all the standard, the symbols of the Supreme Lord Vishnu. So, we should not, because of that, we should not discount, like this is not the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, the Vedic evidence is that, Rama is none other than, Vasudeva, or, the expansion of Krishna. So, even Krishna also, for that matter, he doesn't carry all these different weapons. He doesn't exhibit 400 form. He comes in 200 form. So this is not just the criteria. So there are many other criterias are there. So which is very nicely established in the Vedic scriptures, how Lord Ramachandra is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then it is mentioned about he's non-different from the Lord. So I've many times mentioned this example. So which is which in one class, His Holiness Bhanu Maharaj was giving this particular example that the Lord is like Lord and different incarnations are compared to the moon's different phases. So like moon, full moon is there, so that is also moon, and then half moon is also there, that is also moon. And it is not that moon is cut to pieces. The same full moon is there, but it chooses to exhibit a portion of its, this one. So that is how the incarnations of the Lord is actually, explained. It is the same Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, but he chooses to exhibit only a portion of his qualities. It is not that anything less than Krishna. He is Krishna himself, but then he is exhibiting only a portion of his qualities. So in that way, the Vishnu Tattva, Vishnu is one entity. For that sake, like, there is only one entity that exists, that is Krishna or Vishnu, and there is no second entity that exists. And we don't have anything to do with glorifying any separate entity apart from Krishna. So then that will become Maya, because that doesn't exist. So like, we are glorifying only that one supreme absolute truth, one supreme Brahman. So about him only we are glorifying. And sometimes he exhibits all his qualities, and sometimes he exhibits only a portion of his qualities, but still he is the original personality of Godhead. So, and Lord Ramachandra is unaffected by the modes of material nature, and therefore he's Prashanta, never disturbed by those modes. So Krishna Bhakta Nishkama, Ateva Shanta, and Prashanta and Shanta is the same, this one. So like one nice thing that Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita. So when Arjuna says that sin will come upon me if I kill all these aggressors, so what is the solution that Krishna gives to Arjuna?
Fight without attachment.
Huh. Fight without attachment? No. Huh? Okay. Little more details to what Prabhu has told. So that's correct answer. Fight without attachment.
Fight for peace.
Okay.
Now, if he is not fighting, he takes renunciation. He goes to the forest because of his inclination.
No. That is all different. This what Prabhu told his answer is correct. But any more details we can add to that answer?
Fight is duty.
Fight as a duty, okay. So not being attached to the results of one's activities. So nishkama karma. So that is the root of like destroying the sin. So when like sin or piety, like if the material things have to touch us, so then one has to have material desire, to acquire something or to attain something in the material platform. So that is when the sin or punya or papa, the material punya or papa can touch. So, but if a person actually gets into nishkama, so then material punya and papa will not touch. No, this is like water. No, material punya and papa is like water. Imagine, it is like water, and like no, you have to become dry. No, so if you have to become dry, not knowledge, jnana vairagya is like having what is it? Become completely dry. So now, till the time you are in the material punya and papa, can you can you develop knowledge? It is not possible. So knowledge means one's karma balance have to reduce. That is when knowledge will come. And knowledge is also compared to what jnana agni, and it burns the material punya papa and things like that. So when knowledge arises, automatically the punya and papa and everything, it actually goes off. And the converse of that is, if at all you want to develop knowledge, so you need to be free from material punya and papa. And for that, what is a starting point of being free from material punya and papa is nishkama. Nishkama karma is the starting point of being freed from material punya and papa. So which Krishna actually explains that one has to be free from the desires, material punya and papa, and also one has to be freed from the desire for liberation. This is one level higher, and then such a person is shanta. So such a person actually can become shanta. And here the Lord is described as prashanta. So like he is not disturbed by the modes of material nature. If one has to be disturbed by modes of material nature, so then he has to have some connection to it. And what is a connection? If one has to get shock, electric shock, he should have a connection with the electric wire. That is when he'll get shock. So in the same way, if one has to be affected by the material things, one has to have material connection. And what is a material connection? Material desires. So to attain something in material world, is the connection with the material nature. Simply to exist in the material world or to come in contact with matter. So this is made of earth, water, fire, air, ether. I'm coming in contact with that. So am I in touch with the material energy? No, it is not. So if it is done for the sake of any material goal, so then I am in touch with material energy. But if it is done for the sake of engaging in the service of Lord, so then it is not going to produce like effects of coming in touch with the material energy, right? So like and in the same way, this is like it is not just simply coming in contact. So coming in contact with material desire. So then actually the material nature actually affects a person, and he cannot be shanta. He cannot have this prashanta. So like for the Lord, no, naturally he must be Prashanta. So like he's always in touch with him. So then there is no question of he being Ashanta. So unless one is saturated with love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one cannot appreciate the transcendental value of Lord Ramachandra. One cannot see him with material eyes. Because demons like Ravana have no spiritual vision, they consider Lord Ramachandra as an ordinary Kshatriya king. So it's a very nice point that is mentioned. Ravana therefore attempted to kidnap Lord Ramachandra as eternal consort Sita Devi. These are all impossible tasks actually. Trying to, it's almost like trying to remove heat and light from fire. कैसे remove करेंगे? And उसको लेके जाएंगे separately, like, it's not possible. So, but he's attempting, and when he's attempting, like Lord is also giving TK, like, no, कुछ खिलौना हाथ में दे देंगे और खेलते रहेगा. So, and actually, however, Ravana could not carry off Sita Devi in her original form. As soon as he saw, as soon as she was touched by Ravana's hand, she gave him a material form, but she maintained her original form beyond his vision. So this is like very nice, this one. So why does devotee actually dwell into this topic, and why so much of discussion is there whether Mother Sita could be kidnapped or not and things like that. So this one is Atashri Krishna Namadi Nabhaved Gahyam Indriya Sevanmuke Hijivada Swayameva Spuratyada. So only by devotional service, and only a person who's saturated with Krishna Prema, so only he can access the Supreme Lord, and he can access the transcendental nature of the Supreme Lord, or Lakshmi Devi, and personalities like that. So otherwise there is no possibility of accessing the Supreme Lord. So it is impossible. So then devotees actually dwell into this subject. How can he is a demon? He only knows sense gratification. He has not done any service to the Supreme Lord. How can he even approach Mother Sita? How can he have control over Mother Sita? It is not possible. So philosophically, it is not tallying. So then they get into the detail, ki like, kuch to rahega iske piche. So then, we understand. Okay, so there is a material form that Ravana could access, and the spiritual form of the Lord, or spiritual form of the Lord he could not perceive, and spiritual form of Mother Sita also he could not perceive. So like both of this he could not perceive. And even if the Lord were to appear, like Lord's pastime is happening, when Lord's pastime is happening, so many people actually see him. All people, even devotees see him, and even non-devotees also gets an opportunity to see him. But what is the vision they get? They don't get the vision as such, like as the devotees are seeing. So they will be able to see only according to their adhikar. So they will be able to see, like, how Ravana, he appreciated Lord Rama as a material personality only. So even though so many times it was told, so many times, like I don't know if I have to check in the Ramayana if it is there or not. So I've heard from devotees that he, like Ravana, like he got many this ones. I think he went to the Patal Loka, like Sutal Loka, to take support from Bali Maharaj, and then like he showed him one huge mountain of gold, and like like try to move this gold, and then he tried and he could not, and he told, like, this is the earring of your forefather Hiranyakashipu, and usko, like, Vishnu ne maar diya, wahi Vishnu abhi aaya, like, dekh lo, fight karne ke pehle. So I don't know if it is true or not. Like, I've heard in one lecture. I have to check this validity of this. But another thing is like Vali, killing of Vali. So that is Vali, Ravana could not handle. So, but then Rama killed Vali. So that's a very big news. And then many other instances like that, he could get this one, that ki, like, no, ye asadharan vyakti hai. No, this is not like, definitely it's a very tough match for me. So, but still, he could not appreciate him as Supreme Personality of Godhead. ऐसा नहीं कि like कोई बोला नहीं, अगर बोला होता तो like मैं थोड़ा सावधान होता, सीता देवी को वापस कर देता, and things like that. It is not like that. Many people have told. Even Vibhishan himself also explains. So, and many times it has been told to him that you surrender unto Lord Ram. He will protect you, and things like that. So, but he could not appreciate that thing at all, because of his lack of Krishna consciousness, lack of love for the Supreme Lord. So his vision is polluted. So he cannot see that Lord as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he cannot even access, no, the Lord or Lord's energies. No, none of these things can be accessed. So if it appears to be that somebody is accessing, like devotional service, so then, or devotional service or some devotional assets, they are able to access, and they don't have proper execution of devotional service and things like that. मतलब कुछ तो गड़बड़ है, उधर. So ati bhakti chorer lakshan bolte hain. So like somebody who shows like too much of bhakti, so generally is a thief, like and many times this has been proven, like in fact in our own base one thing happened, like one cook, he was recruited, and then he was doing very nice service, everybody were happy with him. And then our Shivu Vilas Prabhu, he had come to the base. He had already joined ashram that time, so he had come to the base. And then when he saw like the situation there, immediately he called all of us inside the room. किसी का लैपटॉप चोरी हुआ, किसी का मोबाइल चोरी हुआ, हाँ बाबूजी, हाँ हो गया. तो मुझे पता है वो कुक को लेके आया अंदर, तो उसको लेके आया और अच्छे से पिटाई दिया. तो बोला हाँ सब कुछ है, लेकिन निकल के दिया उन्होंने. So then he told a statement, इस्कॉन में हर कुक के पीछे लगने एक हिस्ट्री होता है. So like so थोड़ा सावधान रहने, things like that. So it happened really actually with us. So sometimes if too much of devotion is there, not in proportion with the personality, so then we should understand कि कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. So and anyways, so like the demons, who doesn't have any devotional assets, they cannot access the Supreme Lord. And then it is mentioned that therefore in this verse, the words Pratyak Prashantam indicate that Lord Ramachandra and his potency, the goddess Sita, keep themselves aloof from the influence of material energy. So they cannot be accessed at all. So in Upanishads it is said, Em evaisha vrinute tena labhyaha. So the Supreme Lord, Paramatma, the personality of Godhead, can be seen or perceived only by persons who are saturated with devotional service. So in the morning, Srila Prabhupada's class, it was, this also was highlighted, that Prabhupada was telling that our only job is to somehow or other engage in Krishna consciousness all the time. And we have two very important instruments. One is ear, another is the tongue. And tongue should be used to vibrate Krishna's names and to accept prasadam. And ear should be used for hearing about Krishna. So like constantly, one should keep on hearing about Krishna. And Prabhupada was telling like it's something in these lines. If somebody agrees to only chant and hear, we are ready to feed him and keep him like no problem. So this is, but the thing is, the mind is too fickle. So the mind gets into sense gratification or some other this one. So that is why a lot of treatment is given in the beginning. So a lot of services and a lot of other things that are given, so that a devotee becomes constant and stable in the process of Shravanam and Kirtanam. So generally Shravanam and Kirtanam is like the fourth gear, and if somebody can ride the vehicle in the fourth gear without reducing the speed constantly, and whatever obstacles come, like he's able to go around and not reduce the speed. Speed reduce karenge to vehicle off ho jayega. So like not reduce the speed, then it's fine. He's allowed to go in that. But utna अच्छे से drive करना नहीं आता है. So like then he has to come to the lower speed also. Sometimes he'll drive in the first gear, sometimes he'll drive in the second gear. So all these things will happen. So that is necessary actually. So but if somebody is expert in maintaining the speed, somebody is expert in keeping the enthusiasm and keeping the focus on the Lord and able to chant and hear, so then that is not a problem. But if it is not, like, and if he tries to imitate that, so then vehicle band ho jayega. So like Krishna consciousness se out ho jayenge actually. So that is why it is very, very important that we need to know how much speed we are going and what is the kind of knowledge and renunciation that I have got, and accordingly one should be able to, just like just like a driver, how he drives the vehicle. So in the same way, like one should know how to actually do this thing. And vehicle almost band hone ja raha hai, matlab, So one needs to have a good engagement in deity worship, and where he can jumpstart the senses to come to the transcendental position and things like that. So in this way, we can see that not only the Lord can be accessed by only people who are saturated with devotional service, and that saturation for especially for brahmacharis is like hearing the sound vibration of Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing the sound vibration of the holy name, and reciting them. So, and keeping the eyes and keeping the ears and the tongue engaged in the service of the Lord nicely. And Prabhupada cites this Premanjana Charita shloka also, and then that is sufficiently been explained before also. And here it talks about the difference between the living entity and the Supreme Lord. They have separate identities, and the living entity is considered to be possessing a body made of 3 elements. ये क्या है? Body made of 3 elements? Huh? Vat with kapha. No. Tejo vari mrida, fire, earth, and water. No, in first sloka of Bhagavatam also it comes, no? Tejo vari mrida meta vinimayo yatra sargo mrisha. So, like, what is this calculation? We have only heard of Panchabhuta and 8 material elements and 24 material elements. ये तो ये क्या होता है? 3 material elements.
The gross body is made up of these things.
So it's like it's just mentioning about the gross body. So this means the fire, earth, and water cannot exist without air and ether, and that cannot exist without mind, intelligence, false ego. So like all of it is put. It is a different kind of a classification. So that's all the material elements put into 3, and that is explained. So although the Paramatma enters the heart of Jivatma, who is influenced and distinguished by a material body, the Paramatma has nothing to do with the Jivatma's body. So like Lord is residing. So here also we see the Lord is residing. So just because he is residing, he is not affected by it. No. So like living entity, like the sadhakas, we also have the similar kind of this one. Just because we are coming in contact with matter, so it is not that we will be affected by the matter. So we'll have to come in contact as it is advised, as it is advised in the scriptures. And some form of matter is quite difficult. When we come in contact, immediately we become material. So like Lord, in one place Prabhupada writes, sex, whether it is illicit or licit, the moment a man embraces a woman, he forgets everything about Krishna. That's a very solid statement. So it is quite difficult, quite difficult to remember that I'm part and parcel of Krishna, or the object in front of me is part and parcel of Krishna. So some material elements are very powerful in bringing about material consciousness. So like some spiritual elements are very powerful in bringing about Krishna consciousness. So just like a very sadhu sangha, it has been glorified. Mahat sevam garamahur vimuktes. So it's very, very powerful. Like coming in contact with a person who's saturated with Krishna consciousness, it's very powerful influence that we actually get. So in the same way, coming in contact with an opposite sex, it has a powerful influence to like inspire materialism in the heart actually. So that is why like people who are determined to make rapid spiritual progress, they generally renounce the opposite sex for making very fast advancement. And even those who are allowed to live with their partner, so there is also a lot of restrictions that are there. It is not that unrestricted this one mixing. So that is not there. Even within the institution of marriage, there is so much of restriction, because if somebody wants to make spiritual progress, there must be some there must be some distance that is to be maintained. So for a person who is married, he has his partner, and then maybe he's traveling in the same vehicle, and they are sharing the same same place to sleep, or they're sharing the same house, and they're seeing each other again and again and things like that. So if they are following the dharma properly, so then all these interactions will not disturb them. So it is about the following of dharma. But for a brahmachari, he doesn't have the license to see this one like no stay or like and things like that, and also it is license is not there. So somebody may say like okay, grahastha bhi to hai, like no, wo bhi to no, like no, he is there. No, apart from okay, sex we will not do. So apart from that, no, we have so many other things are there. So probably like that's okay. So no, brahmachari's dharma doesn't allow that. No, so because brahmachari dharma doesn't allow it, so even that kind of a connection will no create a disturbance. No, so that is why like interaction with opposite sex, like when we are preaching, so we may have to come in contact. So as much as it is necessary only for the matter of service, even that was opposed, like when that was put in the book. So even that was opposed, like no, but then no, we should see that like only as much as it is necessary for executing of no devotional service and nothing beyond it. So if it is beyond, like if it is not warranted properly, so then it will be visible in the form of disturbance of one's own sadhana, so one's own like focus on the Supreme Lord and things like that. So in that way, like one should be very careful that wrong association with the material nature should not be there. So the Lord is present in the body, so but he is not affected by the material energy. And because Paramatma has no material connections, he is described as Anama Rupam Niraham. So then after that, like Prabhupada gets into this word Niraham. So Aham means myself, and Aham means what else? Like what is Prabhupada is actually focusing on? Niraham. Here,
Aham.
huh?
Aham means I. How can we say that? There's minus in that.
So that is one. Before that, Niraham, there is one thing. Designations. No, aham kali, like no, Prabhupada is talking about designations. So that no, the Lord doesn't have any designations. No. So but then no one cannot say like niraham means like no, aham also means identity, self-identity. So like that means Lord doesn't have a self-identity. Lord is just an impersonal Brahman. So that can also be brought about. So but then that is not the way to understand this particular thing. So Jiva Goswami is explaining that he has his transcendental identity, but he doesn't have the material identity. No, so that is mentioned. And then Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur's explanation is that so there is this word nir means negation. Generally, it is negation. So without this nir aham means without aham. No. So but then there is another word, another meaning of this word nir is also there. That is what is it? Nirishchayena. Nirishchayena means for sure. No, one is like it is not, another is for sure it is the thing. No, so both meanings are there in the Sanskrit actually. So Niraham means like definitely he is a personality. So that is another meaning. Okay. So with this we pause. Any questions, comments we can take. Hare Krishna. Yes, bro.
The previous verse which we discussed in that it's something related to stone was mentioned that Lord was compared to stone for examining gold. Can you share a little bit more?
I don't know the process. No, there is gold testing. There are different kinds of testing. So you rub it against this one and then see its nature and things like that. So like one pastime which when I read this, one pastime which just flashed in my this one was so when like Gadadhar Pandit was taken to meet his spiritual master Pundarik Vidyanidhi. So externally speaking, he was seen like a materialistic person engaged in all materialistic activities and things like that. So then when Mukunda could see that Gadadhar is having this kind of an idea that okay, like he's a materialistic person and things like that. So that's the natural thought process by seeing the activities of that person. So then immediately, Krishna's glories was sung. So then all the like they could see like how Punrik Vidyanidhi is like so much mad after Krishna. So just by this one, so that is what it flashed to my mind. So when put in like contact with the personality of Godhead, how does a person actually reacts? So like all the good qualities that come out. So that's what I could relate with, but I don't know if it is the right interpretation. Okay, devotees can share points.
So, thanks for the wonderful answer. So, we shared one thing about the pure devotional service. So, anything, whatever is best of the best, that should be offered to the Lord. Then only it should come to us. And this, we should not have the enjoying mentality. We should enjoy it as then we will give to the Lord, whichever is required. The best is required.
That is also devotional service, but that's not pure devotional service. So you should not say that like no, those of whom like no, they have dedicated their life in the youth, only they are devotees. Others are not devotees. That is not a good thing. They are also devotees. We are attempting to do pure devotional service. Bhagwan jane like pure devotional service ho raha ki nahi. But at least we are trying to attempt. ठीक है.
You mentioned that because of the sins is causing the heaviness to the world, burden for the world, and by following dharma, automatically the burden of the world will be reduced.
Nice.
Thank you for this. You explained the, I don't know the word, but Lord is the sense control, which means like, and then you explain like sense control will engaging senses in the service of the Lord. Lord will use his senses for himself, but for us, if we engage our senses in Lord service, then we can also control the senses. Then you explain that there is nothing exists other than Krishna. So if the proper consciousness if we engage, then
So we cannot, theoretically or like logically speaking, we cannot engage in anybody else's service apart from Krishna's service. But only thing that is sense gratification and service to Krishna, only thing that is difference is imagination. Now I am serving somebody else apart from Krishna. I am serving Krishna only, Krishna's external energy only. I cannot serve anybody else because nobody else exists apart from it, apart from Krishna. I have to serve Krishna only. But thinking that I am serving somebody else is the Maya. So you have to renounce that aspect. Like I have to understand कि like Krishna को ही serve कर रहे हैं और किसी को serve नहीं कर रहे. And if I am to serve Krishna, then I have to serve Krishna in a way that he wants. So then that becomes devotional service. That becomes the rules and regulations of all devotional service. Yes.
this point which you mentioned about Ravan. So Ravan didn't know that Lord is the Supreme Lord Ram. Many people told him that he is the Supreme Lord only. Similarly, why we repeat number of times the offenses, even after hearing number of times, but that point will come out of that everything is related to Krishna is completely spiritual. So they're not able to understand. It's a really important point.
It is just like a blind person. He's told कि like no इधर गड्ढा है देख के चलो. And next time he comes like again he is about to walk into that गड्ढा. And he's like hey पहले बताए ना इधर गड्ढा है. हाँ ठीक है like दिखता नहीं है like क्या करूँ मैं. So like that ours also no Lord is transcendental like and then फिर से we make a materialistic statement and then again we are told Lord is transcendental तो दिखता नहीं है like अभी क्या करूँ. मुझे इतना ही दिखता है तो like वही मैं मानता हूँ. So but then this theoretical understanding is necessary till our eyes become capable of seeing the transcendental nature of the Lord. So till the time it has to be again and again told, because we generally go by what we actually experience. So we experience like material things, and we also understand the Lord in a material way. So that's what is our practical experience, and we go our faith and our this one is primarily based on our practical experience. But the Lord cannot be practically experienced in the conditioned state. So we need to again and again put the theory that like no, he's like this and things like that. So then over a period of time, when our vision becomes clear, so then we'll naturally be able to see, okay, he's transcendental. Then we don't need to repeat. Then we will only glorify him. We are transcendental. Yes. Yes.
So you explain the meaning of true renunciation. So renunciation means doesn't mean that you go in front of Bank of America. So since nothing
this.
That true renunciation is giving up the doggish mentality.
Yeah. So renunciation is not that कि मैंने job छोड़ दिया, परिवार छोड़ दिया, ये छोड़ दिया, like no, तो हमारे है ही नहीं ऐसा भी. Renunciation is like no, like I am trying to give up my this one ki like no, I owned something or I gave up something or something like that. I'm trying to give up that. So and no, like if somebody asks like you are in the renounced ashram, are you renounced? No, like हमारा answer is that we are trying to renounce. अभी तक छोड़ नहीं पा रहे. So like हम धीरे धीरे करके renounce कर रहे हैं. Like that.
You have explained like how Krishna is transcendental to the material nature, and we are completely bound. So we have to be very careful throughout this while interaction. Otherwise, will not be because this interaction with the whole sex will create that materialism.
If at all somebody has desire to interact with opposite sex, he should duly get married and follow all the rules and regulations nicely. Then it will not affect. So, but without that, if somebody wants to interact, so then it becomes.
But even in marriage,
The act of sex, one is quite difficult to remember this one. But otherwise, when he follows the rules and regulations, he'll be able to, and to some means to a good extent. And then after that, that gives him inspiration. That now, if I can have such a restricted engagement, so I am able to get remembrance of the Lord. So how nice it will be, like if I renounce, and then like I'll fully engage in service of the Lord. So then it will become even more. This one. So that impetus will come. So it is not that if somebody is not able to put the higher gear, he should properly understand I need a lower gear to keep the vehicle moving. तो ऐसा नहीं कि लाइक कौन सा गियर में है, नहीं व्हीकल मूव हो रहा है कि नहीं, दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट. ऐसा नहीं तो हम टॉप गियर में है, लाइक ठीक है टॉप गियर में है, व्हीकल मूव हो रहा है कि नहीं, दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट. टॉप गियर में चला गया और व्हीकल बंद हो गया, लाइक ना क्या फायदा. सो लाइक इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग इज स्लो चलो या फास्ट चलो, लाइक नो बट गाड़ी रुकना नहीं है, गाड़ी चलते रहना है. सो दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट सो ठीक है. हरे कृष्ण.
So this point was nice that our association will decide will we remember the Lord or forget the Lord. And especially for brahmacharis, you mentioned that how associating with sadhus will help us to remember the Lord. But if you associate with the opposite gender, then that will make us forget.
I like the point how like Krishna and Vishnu are all same there and all the same person. Give example of the waxing moon. The full moon and the half moon are the same. It's just how they are showing this.
Thanks for the you are mentioning the Uttama Sloka. Like we should offer best of this love. That is very nice. I am contemplating like how best I can also.
यूथ preaching में अच्छा काम आएगा एक्चुअली. So, Hare Krishna.
Prabhu has got into college preaching.
Yes.
That's the best thing.
Lord is Uttama Shloka. ठीक है. हरे कृष्ण. शिला प्रभुपाद की जय. गौर भक्तवृंद की जय.